Oh, my boyfriend's a former student of the Dean's, said Nicola smoothly, nodding at Hot. Must have graduated just before you started. Now working as a guard for King Ryan. We have come to surprise her with the news. I thought you said you had an appointment. Audra prompted in. We do, said Nicola, smoothing her dress. But the news is a surprise. Apologies, but it's been a long journey and I need to sit down. We'll just wait in the dean's office until she returns. Emilio bristled. I don't think that's... She'll be thankful you took good care of us. Don't worry, keep on with super duty and we'll show ourselves there, said Nicola, scooting past the staircase towards the hall. But our office is on the second floor, said Arjun. Of course it is, said Nicola, turning on her heel, Hot scurrying up the steps behind her. Found them, Hot breathed, scavenging through a cabinet, pulling out stacks of liver-bound files and spreading them on the floor, suits spiking off the covers. Labeled by name, but not in any order. Ryan would have been a student recently. Maybe he's at the top, said Nicola, seated at the dean's desk, picking through her papers. Dad found Dean Boucher's office at the end of the hall, but they hadn't anticipated what a mess it would be. Books and nooks everywhere, stranded mugs with soggy tea bags, vases of flowers that had been dead for years, and a pervasive layer of dust that fogged up the room. How can a dean be so squalid? Then Hot remembered his own dad, who was so busy taking care of other pirates that his personal quarters were a wreck. Kneeling on the floor, Hot rifled through the files, searching the labels for one's name. Atticus, Gal, Frenesy, Lucas, Mischa, K. Dear Merlin, Hot reeled in shock and saw Nicola leap at a brown chestnut bouncing around the desk like a jumping bean, the two sides of the nut flapping open as he spoke. I've tried to send this message several times. Hot lunged for the nut, swiped it onto one hand, and crushed the two side threads, silencing it. He and Nick stood frozen, listening to the hallway through the closed door. It remained quiet. What is that? Nick whispered, pointing at Hot's hand. A squirrely nut, said Hot. Safer than a letter, because there's no paper trail. Squirrel delivers the message and is the nut, so there's no evidence it was ever sent. My dad got them from Hook all the time. That message was for Merlin. We need to hear it, Nicola insisted. How do we play it softer? Whole point of a squirrely nut is the message can't be preserved, said Hot. If you try to open it with your hands, it's placed at 20 times the volume, which lets everyone know the recipient is a cheat. Only way to open the message without a squirrel is to do it the way a squirrel does, like this. He raised the chestnuts like a magician about to do a magic trick and popped it in his mouth. The woody edges chafed against his cheeks, but the nut slid open and a warm bubble of air floated out and pressed it against his throat. He closed his eyes, and someone else's voice came out of him in a low, hushed tone. Dear Merlin, I've tried to send this message several times, but even Mistress Grimling's squirrel can't find you, and hers is the best in falsehood. I'm aware King Wyan, my one student, has you in captivity as a traitor for supporting Tetra's claim to the throne. And though I hate to admit it, Merlin, I believe Wyan's actions justified. I didn't know he was Arthur's sire, but I was his dean for years, and I know his soul. You might think him of evil for all that has transpired, but that is because you and your ward, Tetus, believe you are on the side of the good. Yet Excalibur chose Wyan, and Excalibur does not lie. It knows, as I do, that Wyan will make a great king. Just look at how he has handled the behavior of his own brother. That alone proves the goodness of Wyan's soul. As for Wyan's files, I know you sent a snoop spell to my office to find them. My students' files are secrets, as you know, since you were the one who helped me brew the teas that kept their souls invisible from the schoolmaster. I still make them drink the tea, even with him that you can never be too careful. But regardless of our friendship, you have no right to snoop in my office, which you well know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have resorted to criminal means. The reason you didn't find Wyan's files, however, is because I keep them with his brothers, which I've now moved to a secure location, untouchable by your magic. I do wish you the best, Merlin, whatever your condition, but the sooner you align with the king and swear your loyalty to him, the sooner you will be on the side of good. True good. Best wishes, Brilliant.